dear student. In part 3, unit 4, chemical bonding and molecular structure, we will cover the following contents. The valence shell electron pair, in short we can say the Vesper theory, valence bond theory, orbital overlap concept, types of overlapping and nature of the covalent bond, and then strength of sigma and pi bond. So let's discuss all this topic with suitable examples. Postulate of Vesper theory. According to Vesper theory, the shape of molecule depends upon the number of valence shell electron pairs. It may be bonded or non-bonded. Bonded means those electron participate in bond formation. They are called bonded electron, and those are not form bond. They are called non-bonded and also called the lone pair electron. And then pair of electron in the valence shell repel one another. So lone pair electron repel to each other, and then since the electron cloud are negatively charged, because they are electrons are negatively charged, so they are repelled to each other, and this pair of electron tends to occupy such position in space that minimize the repulsion and thus maximum distance between them. So in this way the pair of electron take position in the space where minimum repulsion is face, so therefore the maximum distance between them. Generally lone pair electron repulsion is more, so they are situated at that position where the repulsion is minimum and distance is maximum. The valence shell is taken a sphere and which electron pair localizing on the spherical surface at the maximum distance from one another. So electron pair delocalize in spherical surface at maximum distance because the repulsion phase minimum, so in this way they are placed in maximum distance from one another. So any molecule having multiple bond, double and triple bond, they are treated as a single bond. So we count the only single bond, sigma bond, and where two or more resonance structure of represent a molecule, the Vesper model is applicable to any such structure. So those molecules showing the resonating structure, we can easily determine the shape of the molecule by using Vesper theory. And repulsive interaction of electron pair, the order of decreasing order of repulsion between lone pair and bond pair is as follow. Lone pair attraction is higher than lone pair bond pair attraction, and after that bond pair attraction is less. So higher attraction force between lone pair electron and least attraction force between bond pair electrons. So these are the postulate of the Vesper theory. So for determination of shape of molecule using Vesper theory, remember the following postulates. There are three types of repulsion in covalent molecule. The order of repulsion is in lone pair higher, then after that lone pair bond pair, and least repulsion in between the bond pair electrons. So therefore the bond pair lone pair electron situated in a space that maximum distance, and in therefore they acquire the minimum repulsion, and this repulsion depends upon the difference in electronegativity between atom A and B. So repulsion depends upon the nature of atom electronegativity. If the electronegative atom is present, repulsion is more. The hybridization of central metal atom decide the geometry, and the Vesper theory the shape of the molecule. So basically according to Vesper theory, we can determine the shape of the molecule. We cannot exact geometry of the molecule determined by Vesper theory. We can determine the actual geometry of the molecule by hybridization. See in this table the geometry of a molecule in which central metal has no lone pair electron. When all electron are bonded electron, so what is the geometry of the molecule? See in this table. So when the number of bond pair electron is 2, so then the bond pair electron are arranged in a linear manner and its geometry is molecular geometry is linear. For example, barium chloride and mercurous chloride. When the bond pair is 3, it arranged in with a central metal atom in a trigonal planar manner, and its geometry is a trigonal planar. An example is BF3. So BF3 arranged in this manner. Boron is a central metal atom and F bond formation in trigonal pyramidal manner. So in this maximum distance experience the minimum repulsion between the bond pair electron. When the bond pair is 4, this bonded electron arranged in a tetrahedral manner, so its geometry is tetrahedral. And for example, CS3 NH4 positive, for example CS3 hydrogen atom arranged in tetrahedrally. Carbon is a central metal atom. Next, when the bond pair is 5, so this 5 bond pair electrons arrange with central metal atom in a trigonal bipyramidal manner. Its geometry trigonal bipyramidal. For example, PCl5. So phosphorus is a central metal atom and chlorine arranged in this manner. 3 chlorine arranged in an equatorial plane and 2 chlorine placed in opposite manner. One is above plane and another is below the plane. And then when the bond pair is a 6 bond pair electron arranged with a central metal atom in octahedral manner and its geometry is octahedral. See this geometry here. 6 bond pair, 4 bond pair arranged in a planar in this way, and then one arranged in a above the plane and another arranged in a below the plane. In this way make a octahedral geometry. And for example, SF6 make the octahedral geometry. So when the only bond pair electron are present, then the molecule geometry is symmetrical, and if lone pair electron are present, the actual geometry of molecule is distorted. Geometry of molecule in which central atom has lone pair electrons. So let's see in this table, when the lone pair electron present in molecule, what are the change in shape of molecule. So first, when the lone pair electron is 2 and 2 are bonded electron, its regular geometry is linear. So here no possibility the presence of lone pair electron. If the lone pair electron is 3 and 3 are bonded electrons, its regular geometry triangular planar. And if one lone pair electron is present, so its geometry distorted and becomes band in and angular shape. For example, SO2 sulfur dioxide. In sulfur dioxide, sulfur is a central metal atom and form double bond with 2 oxygen atom and one lone pair electron present in sulfur, and in the presence of lone pair electron, its regular geometry distorted and becomes a band and angular shape. If the electron pair is 4 and 4 are bonded, so its regular geometry is tetrahedral and its bond angle is 109 degrees, 109 degree. And then when the one lone pair electron is present in molecule, its geometry distorted and bond angle also decreases, and the geometry on the shape of the molecule is trigonal pyramidal. For example, NH3. In NH3 ammonia, nitrogen is a central metal atom having one lone pair electron and three bond pair electrons bond form with hydrogen. So its geometry becomes trigonal pyramidal. Next, if two lone pair electron present, its geometry also distorted and becomes bent and angular shape. So for example, water. In water, oxygen is a central metal atom and bond formation with hydrogen and two lone pair electron present in oxygen atom. So therefore its geometry becomes band structure. If electron pair is 5 and all 5 are bonded electrons, so its regular geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. And then if the one lone pair electron is present, its geometry distorted and shape of the molecule change in a she-horse and seesaw shape. So in this way the molecule form the seesaw structure. If two lone pair electron are present in equatorial plane, they make the T shape. They form the T shape with a central metal atom. And if three lone pair electron if present in equatorial plane, they make only axial bonds and form a linear shape of the molecule. So for example, in seesaw, SF4 molecule form seesaw structure like in this way. 4 valence bond theory, VBT theory. The main postulate of the valence bond theory are following. First, the covalent bond is formed overlapping of valence shell atomic orbital, the two atoms having unpaired electron. For example, two atoms, atom A and B, having unpaired electron. Second postulate says that there is the maximum electron density between bonding atom. If two atoms overlap to each other, they form covalent bond, then electrons are present in overlapping bond. So here the maximum electron density are present. Then the greater of the overlapping or atomic orbital higher is the strength of chemical bonding. Suppose having one molecule having double and triple bond, those having higher strength of chemical bonding. Next postulate is the bond formed by lateral overlap of two atomic orbital having maximum overlapping on both sides, and the line connecting the center of the atom is called pi bond, and the pi bond possesses a plane symmetry often refers to as the nodal plane. So pi orbitals generally overlap sidewise overlapping and form pi bond, and then there the center of the atoms is called nodal plane, and then it is the plane of the symmetry, and here the electron density is maximum and it is referred to as nodal plane. In valence bond theory, how to new force of attraction and repulsion between two hydrogen atoms approach each other. By this diagram we can easily understand. In this picture shows the two hydrogen atom, hydrogen A and B, come steal the electron A and electron B, and then nucleus, hydrogen A nucleus and hydrogen B nucleus interaction start operating, repulsive interaction start operating, and then repulsion interaction tends to increase the energy of the system. as long as the attractive force interaction are stronger than the repulsive interaction. So when the molecule come to closer, attractive force increases as compared to repulsive force. The energy of two system continuously to decrease at a certain distance between the two atom. Certain distance between two atoms, hydrogen atom A and B, the attractive and repulsive interaction balance to each other and the energy of the system attain minimum value. At that state, the two hydrogen atoms have a fixed distance and the stable hydrogen molecule is formed. The intermolecular separation when the energy of the system is minimum is called bond length. So when the atom situated at a minimum distance and the energy of the system is minimum is that called bond length. In hydrogen molecule, bond length is 75 picometer and in angstrom 0.74 angstrom. See this next graph. In this graph, if the two hydrogen atom in H2 molecule are formed to come closer, then the equilibrium intermolecular separation and the repulsion force start predominating. So attraction force when the atoms come closer, repulsive force predominating by the attraction force, and then the energy of the system increases very sharply. So when the atoms comes closer, so potential energy increases and then form the molecule. Types of orbital overlap. Various type of atomic orbital overlap leading to formation of covalent bonds are SS overlapping, SP overlapping and PP overlapping. First, SS overlapping. In this type of overlap, the half-filled s orbital and half-filled of another s orbital overlap to each other and form a sigma bond. Next, sp overlapping. So here in this type of overlapping, half filled of s orbital and half filled of p orbital overlap to each other and form sigma. Here form also sigma bond. And next type of overlapping is pp, headwise overlapping. Here also one p orbital having half filled and another p orbital having half filled electron overlap to each other and form sigma bond. Next type of overlapping formed by the pp orbital sidewise overlapping and form the pi bond. Let's see the next. P orbital also overlap bilaterally. So in this type of overlapping, two half-filled p orbitals overlap to each other along line perpendicular to internuclear axis y-axis, that is two overlapping p orbital are parallel to each other and form a pi bond and form a plane of symmetry. In this plane of symmetry, electron density is higher and this is also called nodal plane where electron density is higher. And different type of overlapping form different type of bonds. First is sigma bond. Sigma bond is formed when covalent bond is formed by overlapping of atomic orbital along the same axis. It is called sigma bond. Such type of bond is symmetrical about the line joining two nuclei. So see the example of sigma bond when one s orbital overlap to another half filled s orbital, they overlap and form sigma bond. Next type of sigma bond formed by the overlapping of half-filled p orbitals overlap by headwise, then they form the sigma bond. And sigma bond is stronger as compared to pi bond. Let's see the pi bond. Pi bond. This type of bond is formed by sidewise or lateral overlapping of two half-filled p atomic orbital. See this picture. In this picture, two p orbital when overlapped by laterally, they form pi bond and form a plane of symmetry. In this plane of symmetry, the electrons density are present, and this is also called the nodal plane. So pi bond is weaker as compared to sigma bond. Let's see the difference between sigma and pi bond. Sigma bond, it is formed end-to-end overlapping of orbitals, and pi bond is formed by the lateral overlapping of orbitals. Sigma bond form orbital overlap in overlapping are by ss orbital, sp orbital and spp orbital. So there, that orbital when the overlap, they form the sigma bond. And pi bond, this bond is formed by overlapping of pp lateral overlapping only, and it is a strong bond. Pi bond is a weak bond. And then in sigma bond, electron cloud is symmetrical about the line joining of two nuclei. In pi bond, the electron cloud is not symmetrical, and then in sigma bond, it consists of one electron cloud which is symmetrical about the internuclear axis. But in a pi bond, the two electron clouds laying above the and below the plane and of the atomic nuclei, that is called nodal plane. Then sigma bond free rotation about sigma bond is possible, but in pi bond the rotation is restricted in case of pi bond formation. So this is the differences in sigma and pi bond. By the overlapping of different orbitals form this sigma and pi bonds.